Looking to upgrade your boat? Now's the time with Honda Marine Buyer's Choice Sales Event. Choose up to $2,000 in instant savings or a 36-month Honda Care Protection Plan. That's extra coverage worth up to $44.60 included at no extra cost. This offer applies to all new 40 to 350 horsepower Honda Marine outboards now through March 31st, 2025. Don't miss this limited time deal at Heartland Honda Powersports Marine in Springdale. Save big or get extra peace of mind. The choice is yours. Visit Heartland Honda Powersports Marine today. Exit 72 from I-49 just north of Cracker Barrel.
Transform your yard work game with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Experts and nearly 200,000 homeowners rave about Ego's performance. Gas power without the noise, fuss, or fumes. Their patented 56-volt arc lithium battery delivers top-notch torque and fits all 90-plus Ego tools. Power through yard work and tailgates with the same battery. Plus, enjoy Ego innovations like the first full-flat lawnmower and weatherproof equipment. Discover more at egopowerplus.com.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Well, you know, if you'd watched any of the local newscasts last night, they would have talked to you like you had a single-digit IQ, and they would have told you exactly what to put in your car, like a blanket, you know, maybe some gloves, a coat. How about a coat?
It's hot out. They go, police officer Chief Smith says, like, here are some tips to stay hydrated.
Yeah,
and
drink
then
plenty
they
of
cut
water.
to the interview, and he's like, so you want to stay hydrated by drinking water, maybe some Gatorade?
Oh, thank God they're there.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you
Bo.
believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I just love the spirit of the team, and it's our chance to write our own story of how this thing finishes. And I said, I told my wife, I'm sorry I put you through this stuff. I told Hunter, sorry I'm putting you through this stuff. Told the fans, sorry I'm putting you through this stuff.
It's National Apology Day.
I guess so. That's a lot more fun at the end than it was at the beginning last night. That's for sure.
Oh, my.
That was, it was a long game, but it was fun to win. I mean, it was, it'd been a while, and you could sort of feel he talked about the spirit of his team. I mean, you could feel it in the building after the game when, everybody was celebrating. They've not had a chance to do that for a while, so that was fun.
I told them at halftime, guys, you missed every three, and we're still in the game. We're down 5 baskets. Don't go nuts. We're fine. We'll make shots. Our 7'2" guy's the only guy to make a three, and it was right at the buzzer at the end of the half. Come on, we're fine. But it's hard when you're not winning or, to get in that mindset that we're fine. If you won 5 games, you're looking at each other, we'll be fine. We're coming back and beating them. If you lose, now all of a sudden it's a different deal.
I thought Z's three-pointer right before halftime was one of the biggest shots of the game in retrospect. I don't know that we thought that at the time, but, you use that cliche, momentum going into the locker room, and it is a cliche, and sometimes it matters and sometimes it doesn't. But I thought it mattered last night. I thought the way they came out defensively in the second half. And, one of the criticisms I've heard from people is this team has no identity. I think they began forging what is going to be their identity moving forward tomorrow night, or moving forward this season. They're going to have to be a gritty team. They're going to have to win games exactly the way they won last night. It is not going to be stylish without Boogie now. You're going to have to drive. You're going to have to get to the foul line. Last night's game lasted 2.5 hours. It was brutal. 49 fouls and 63 free throws between the two teams. But, Muss won a lot of games like that. And it may not be real fun to watch until it's over and you win. and everybody feels great driving home.
I just wonder, what was it like to call a win?
Thiero steps to the line for 2 shots. They hand the ball to Adu. The first one's up. It's good. Hogs by 1, 66-65.
Hogs are a 2-point favorite right here, and they're up by 1.
Now they're going to clear out the free throw lane. Ivisic will step away. Knox will step away. It's going to be one more for Thiero with 1.8 to go. Georgia's going to have to go the length of the floor. He missed the second one, got his own rebound, puts it up and in at the horn, and Arkansas wins.
And they cover.
Arkansas wins. Thiero missed the free throw off the front of the rim. Beat Georgia to the basketball, laid it in at the horn, and Arkansas wins the game 68-65. How about that?
I was getting texts from people. What a game. We covered.
I didn't know
that. Like, what? I didn't even know what the number was.
I didn't know that. That would have been funny to say.
That'll be on Bad Beats with Scott Van Pelt.
Oh,
if you had Georgia +2, that is an all-time Bad Beat.
I can't remember.
Maybe the worst.
I can't remember reacting to a game that ended that way like I did last night. I was on the couch while you trying to stay awake, thinking of you.
Yeah,
I was like, can we get this game over with? Chuck's got to go to work tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And
I was thinking that.
And he makes the first free throw. And then there's all this stuff going on over there on the sideline with the coaches. Like they're trying to get somebody to like sub in if they make it. And I'm kind of distracted. And all of a sudden I see the ball hit the front of the rim. I'm like, oh. And then he scores and I just sat there and just like, they won.
Yeah.
That's it.
Stunned
they
disbelief.
just won.
Yeah.
Because the whole second half, it was like you were living and dying on every possession. And for the first time this season, especially in SEC play, I felt like things went Arkansas's way. All of these games that they've been losing, how many times did it just go the other way? A rebound, a loose ball, a wide open shot that's missed. You never get your own rebound. You never get fouled. You never get a second chance. And it went the other way.
It was frustrating last night. I know from a fan's perspective, and I mean the officials got to work out, that's for sure. I'm sure that was a hard game to ref. But I actually believe the way it was called ended up benefiting Arkansas at the end. They were making free throws. They were getting to the line. I hate games that are parades to the free throw line. I mean, I just hate them.
It's like walking the park in Little League.
It's terrible to
Ball
watch.
four.
It's not good from a broadcast stand. I just don't like it. Yeah, there's nothing to it. But again, I think that gritty style of play, if this team's going to win games moving forward, that's how they're going to have to do it.
I was about to say, sorry, but you're going to be calling 2.5 hour games
I think you're
the rest
right.
of the season if they're going to win games.
One of the things about Muss, it might have been his second or third year. I can remember, I think Zimmerman and I were talking, and I might have said, hey, virtually every game the rest of the way is going to be a 2 hour and 20 minute, 2 hour and 30 minute game because that's the only way they can win. And, there's a lot of teams that play that way. I thought during the non-conference season, one of the things I loved about the non-conference play this year was how few fouls there were. Arkansas didn't foul much. They didn't seem to draw a lot of fouls. They didn't really need to in some of those games. And so, you had some quick games. You had some games with great flow. Last night's game was not one of those games. But if you win a game like that, it's as good as any game played.
Well, we got a lot of sound to play from Cal, and I think you want to hear, especially given where they are on the record, what he has to say.
Yeah.
And we'll play all that throughout the morning. But one thing that he said maybe multiple times, but I saw it in the SEC postgame, was maybe this is who we are.
Yeah.
We're going to have to grind and rebound and play defense. And Jimmy talked about during the telecast, basically I'm paraphrasing, but this is what I took out of it, is Arkansas for the first time looks like they're maybe finding their identity.
I think so.
And they hustled in a way that they really haven't hustled. I'm not saying they haven't played hard, but, I mean, Carter Knox, Chuck, every ball last night that was like a 50-50 ball seemed to end up in his hands.
Well, they all attacked the rim, and they did it with confidence. Carter Knox, that's how he got to the foul line so much in the second half.
11 of his 13
Right.
points at the foul line.
Right.
He drew 8 fouls.
11
He drew
of
8
12
fouls.
free
Right.
throws in the or 11 of 13 free throws to score 12 in the second half.
They couldn't stop him, and they couldn't stop Adu when he began to, really, and he generally does this. It's his game to just aggressively attack the basket. They had a hard time keeping from fouling him. They didn't give up a lot of baskets necessarily, but they didn't get stops either. Arkansas ended up at the free throw line. Now, look, Georgia shot a lot of free throws too, and I'm not saying Arkansas didn't have issues. Neither team got to 70. So this was not one of those games where you're going to look back and go, man, that was a classic. But given where Arkansas was, it's as good a win as they've had this year because they had to gut it out and they had to do some things that don't necessarily have anything to do with how many stars are by your name, how skilled you are, where you may go in the NBA draft. You had to win that game the old-fashioned way, like you do in the playground.
Cal needs to just get out the Detroit Pistons of the 90s and just play it for the team. They just need to become the Pistons. They just need to rough people up.
I don't
they
know,
need to get
man.
in there, physical.
Shoot, in the
just
SEC, man,
ugly,
you do something like that, you'd be suspended for 5 years.
You have to dial it down. But that mentality of just messy and effort and grind and grit, that is not the bougie team you thought you were getting.
And it's not what you think of when you think of a John Calipari team.
But you do what it takes to win. You figure it out.
This has to be their identity because, let's be honest, the teams they're getting ready to play are better than Georgia. And once you get past Oklahoma Saturday night, you're about to make a run through some teams that are better than Georgia.
Starting in Lexington.
And you fall behind to those teams by 15 points, and you're not going to be coming back in the second half. You're just not. You're going to get blown out of the building.
Second largest comeback for the Razorbacks in Bud Walton Arena history. Let's go to Philip in Mountain Home. Hey, Philip, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. You got the first crack at the Arkansas victory.
Philip.
And off the rim, put back the Razorbacks cover. 8-12, good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Glad you're here.
The way you guys have fancied up the pig in the blanket, it's just kolache now is part of my vocabulary.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heated air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
2025 is here, and Fayetteville Auto Park is making it easier than ever to elevate your drive during our New Year's sale. Every pre-owned vehicle, hundreds and hundreds to choose from, all with clearance pricing for a limited time. That's right, Fayetteville Auto Park has clearance priced every used car, truck, and SUV in stock. One-owner trades, budget buys, luxury vehicles, off-lease cars, even certified pre-owned, with special finance rates and warranties up to 100,000 miles. Buy now at all 4 Fayetteville Auto Park locations. That's Acura of Fayetteville, Honda of Fayetteville, Toyota of Fayetteville, and Chevrolet of Fayetteville. It's time to drive in 2025, and no one makes it easier than Fayetteville Auto Park. Take advantage of clearance pricing on every pre-owned vehicle now during our New Year's sale. Limited time only at Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
I like craft beer. I do. You guys always think I'm like the biggest dork on the face of the earth.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
New deals on last-minute holiday finds just dropped at Lowe's. Save $600 on a Whirlpool fingerprint-resistant stainless steel side-by-side refrigerator. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members save $50 on an Allen & Roth Brighton pull-down kitchen faucet. Your choice of finishes for $79. Lowe's knows deals. Offers valid 12/12 through 12/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush Beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're listening to The Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I never actually spoke to a human. I did yell at the automation.
I've done.
Especially when they misunderstand you. That's not what I'm saying!
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You know, it's not lost on me this morning that we could break this game down. We could analyze it. We could do the best post-game in the history of post-games. But all over Arkansas, everybody's saying it's the red jacket.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I mean, there were texts fly. How many people last night got a text or sent a text? I got texts during the game from people about the red jacket.
I got text about your jacket during the game. Because there you were in some purple-blue travesty.
It says plum. When I ordered it, it said plum.
Why would you order something that says plum?
Because I like the jacket. I like the color. You say you didn't like it?
Oh, I thought it looked great.
Thanks.
But I think that you're going to have to wear it now until they lose.
Well, I don't know about that part.
I mean,
that's one of those, you wear it every once in a while.
Cal looked like $1 million. That's what you expect Cal to look like.
It's not the first time he's worn that jacket.
Well, I don't know.
But everybody's acting like it is.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That red looks a whole lot better than that blue.
Oh, I don't disagree with that.
I thought he looked better.
I don't disagree with that.
I thought he looked
a lot
better.
more comfortable, that's for sure.
I mean, put it on the poll. Did Cal's jacket win the game? 877-377-6963. You can't say his jacket lost the game and then not give him credit for, as I accidentally get Norm DeBryan to agree with me on the bobblehead doll. You can't say one jacket lost the game if you're not going to say this one won the game.
I heard so many people talk about that.
I mean, honestly, though, just preference, it looked a lot better than the other one.
Well, I mean, I guess so. Well, when you win and the other game you lose by 18. But, it's a good looking
You think
jacket.
we could afford it?
That jacket?
If we split it?
Really? Maybe if we all pooled our monthly salaries together.
I'll wear the jacket half the time. People are like, man, you might want to get that tailored. Well, I can't. Chuck wears it the other half.
That's right.
So
That's right.
Or we go the other way, and you got like quarter sleeves. Philip and Mountain Home, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Arkansas put me through a wild ride. I thought, no, we're going to lose. Then, we have a shot. No, we're going to lose. And then I guess we just started to turn into, I guess Georgia just wanted to give us the win. So from my perspective, they had a 43.5% field goal percentage. We had a 31.0 field goal percentage. Now that doesn't sound that good, but
Philip, let's just get down to it real quick. What'd you think of the jacket?
okay, the jacket. I think that's why we won the game.
There you go. So we don't need to get into all those stats. I know you got them. Those play well at school. Not on the Chuck and Bo show. We got to go high level, macro, big picture. Don't break down percentages. We lose people fast. They're just waking up.
You get lost in the
Your
weeds
brain
that
is
way, Phillip.
way past everyone else's right now. Keep it simple.
Did you stay up for the whole game last night, Philip?
I did.
What time did you get up this morning?
5:30.
Holy smokes!
Philip's my guy.
He
man.
is. This guy's a star in the making.
guy.
Philip, let's
He could
just
do a morning show.
let's just get right to it. Tell me your emotions at the end of the game.
I was happy, sad, mad, like we do this before. Hey, John Calipari got his first SEC win as Arkansas Razorbacks coach, which is.
Do you have hope?
I thought he would get his.
Do you have more hope than you did when they tipped the game off? As what Arkansas can do this year.
I believe they can maybe go to March Madness, but if they're playing, playing at number 1 Auburn, I think there's a shot. But our schedule is going to be rough. In February, ignore instead of the ranked teams, we only play 3 unranked teams, which is Texas, LSU, and Texas again.
Are they going to get the 7 wins, Philip? We'll wrap it up with this. You're on the we got Philip on the Chuck and Bo Show, ESPN. Philip, are they going to win 7 games?
If they win 7 games, and
are they?
Yeah,
Do you think they will? Do you think they will? Can they get 6 more?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Philip and Mountain Home called it. Yes, it can happen. To me, besides the jacket, my feeling last night was, okay, you're seeing some things now. Not like you thought, but if they play like this and they hustle like that and they start making some shots, then you feel a little bit better. And look, I'm not suggesting they're like a Final Four team and all that, but the conversation that I've been getting the last week is, what if they don't win a single game? How many times has somebody asked you that? What if they don't win a single game?
Or I've heard people say they're not going to win a single game. I've heard people the last week declare that's not going to happen. And, the law of averages, it's hard to go 0-18. I know Missouri did it last year, but it's hard to go 0-18. The thing that you got to make certain of now is that the grit you showed last night comes out every game, because it's going to be required every game. Georgia's, I know Georgia was ranked at one point, but how many times does Georgia look good and then you get into conference play and they spit the bit? They never win in Fayetteville. I hadn't won here in 14 years. So
I remember when they did.
I remember when they did,
beater.
too. They had that big redheaded kid that kept
exactly
hitting
right.
3-pointers. But at any rate, there's going to be other teams out there that are better than Georgia. So the way they played last night, the manner in which they played, that's going to have to be the style every time they go out there.
If you want to weigh in, it's 877-377-6963. Cal's Jacket won the game. It's our player of the game, Cal's Jacket, just so you know.
I wish I'd thought of that last night.
Hit that
named
line.
his Jack at the start of the game.
That'd be perfect. The Hit That Line Now app, take it with you anywhere. Download the Hit That Line Now app presented by Taco Bell. You can hear us anywhere. Chuck and Bo Show. Bart's over in the Situation Room. Edward's by his side. They have things to say. They have situations to talk about.
All right.
Fire away.
So Arkansas has already played 9 Quad 1 games this year. They have 17 total on the schedule. So they've got 8 more Quad 1 opportunities on the schedule. They have 4 Quad 2 games, including this one Saturday against Oklahoma. Here's the deal. Can they win all those Quad 2 games? If they can, great. For every one of those you lose, you're going to have to pick it up with a Quad 1 win. But they're going to have so many quad one games at the end of the year that they've played that if they win, say, 6 of them, just in total, if they go 6-11 in their quad one games, they're going to the NCAA tournament. Like, that's too much for the selection committee to ignore.
That's
too many games and wins.
You got to get to 7.
Yeah.
You got to get to 7. Now, look, that's a long way away.
Yeah.
Let's not act like we're at 6.
It's not as far as it was. It's not as far as it was yesterday.
It was 7 wins away yesterday.
6
today.
I mean, look, like Cal said repeatedly, and we've said, just get a win. Get one.
There's a power in one win a lot of times. I mean, it really is.
Cecil's in Fort Smith. Cecil, we'll go back to the Situation Room after Cecil. Cecil, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning, Bo, Chuck, Bart.
Edward.
That young guy, hey, y'all, he might be leaving y'all one day, man. He sounds pretty good.
Well, you know he's going to be able to impress the ladies with all those stats and statistics later in life.
Really, man. That was pretty cool. Man.
He's in.
That was pretty cool. I like that. Man, it was just like the young guy said, whatever his name was. It was like a seesaw. It was like a ooh, ah, oh man, oh forget it. Oh man, we coming back. I got a few calls, and I'm like, hey, man, it ain't over with yet. So we played really hard, and just like somebody mentioned yesterday or the day before, our motto is pressing the ball, man. I know we don't have a lot of players, but when we start actually pressing that ball, we played really hard last night. I gotta give it to him. And Chuck, you was cleaning the board out, man. I like that. I like that color. The suit you had on last night, that was nice. And then Coach had his red jacket on, so I mean, we was at home. We needed a win. We got it. I could wake up and say, hey, man, we won the game. Instead of can't say too much. I mean, Davis, I thought he actually he had a chance at it. They passed the baton to him. He just didn't show up, man. He did get that steal. That was a big part of the win last night when he stole that ball, man. We needed it. We got it back. But he was open a lot of times, man, and he just could not shoot the ball. And I haven't seen him. He ain't showed up for shooting the ball yet. I saw the roster. I don't know. It was a lot of guys and had their warm-ups on. Are those walk-ons?
They are. They are walk-ons.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But anyway, we just got to, grind it out, man, and play hard and just keep it going. And I think we'll be all right. I'm sure we can get 6 more wins, man.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean,
sure.
Confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And Big Z, I know Big Z, he weighed 245, but he's, oh yeah, Chuck, let me say this. I've lost 25 pounds since I saw you, Chuck.
My man.
I am shedding.
My man.
I am shedding, Chuck.
That's
yes,
awesome.
Sir.
Good for you.
Incredible.
Good for
yes,
you.
Sir.
Congrats, man.
Hey, that was quick, too, man. That Ozempic ain't playing no games.
Hey,
that's what it is, man. Hey, I'm
trying
gonna
to
tell
turn
the
those
truth.
radio commercials into TV commercials.
Hey, at least he's admitting it. How
what's
many
wrong with
people
that?
do you know?
telling the truth.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But you see
I'm
people that
telling
lose
you, it
about
works,
12.
man,
No,
for
I'm not
real.
doing that.
Come
Liar.
on. The key.
Yeah, I had to do something, man. I had to do something.
The key is
but
to add
anyway,
some
guys,
exercise.
I love y'all. I enjoy y'all every day, man. And y'all have a blessed day. Go on.
Wow, everybody's feeling good this morning.
That's great.
I'll say this, if you're doing that, you add some exercise to it. Don't just take the shot. Like put some work in, and you'll be shocked at how great things go.
Boy, have you done that?
Yeah.
Have you tried it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweating them edge. I talk about it all the time.
Okay. All right.
But, it's nothing's like a silver bullet, but you can have some help along the way. I mean, I'm just trying to add on to what Cecil's saying.
Here's life coaching.
No, I'm just sharing experiences.
I'm joking.
Go ahead. So I was going to say, I was watching the game last night and thought to myself, Chuck could go anywhere after this game with what he's wearing. There's no play. You would have been welcome at a presidential ball. And then I wonder where he's going after the game. And
I
I'm
thought
like,
you were going to say,
what's open?
I wonder if he actually paid
If
for this.
but you ever get dressed like this happens to Bart. Bart will get, he'll get dressed up. I know, and he thinks, look, man, I look so good. I gotta be out somewhere, and so he'll just stroll the streets of Fayetteville.
Sometimes you just want to dress up.
I mean, that's what I would have done last night if I were you.
I was tired. It was a long game.
But if you add a little watch from Blakeman's or go get you some, what would look good on you is a chain.
Gold chain.
I don't know if they have that at Blakeman's, but you can certainly find almost anything to celebrate life's special moments, special occasions, and any Razorback victory.
That's right.
Over 10,000 square feet of retail space in a store that is just gorgeous now. Check it out. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the place to go, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks in Rogers. Back in a minute. It's the Chuck and Bo Show.
What do you think Brian and Ozark was doing under the full moon? I have a vision of some peyote, a tailgate, and a Keystone Light.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Thank you all for your show. It's a great format in the morning. It's really nice to have knowledgeable people to wake up to and listen to. So thank you all.
5 seconds to go. Madden, right side. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Coles with the dunk at the buzzer. It goes and Arkansas wins. It goes and Arkansas wins. Coles with a two-hand finish. Arkansas wins the ball game.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call Jeff Clark in Fort Smith or Brad Howe in Van Buren.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text ROCK to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text ROCK to 321321. That's ROCK to 321321.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I've got certain compartments in my backpack that certain items go in for every trip. Like, for example, I have to have blue or yellow sweetener for my coffee. I'm a diva in that respect.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Adu Thero after the game.
You know, we had to take pride. Word around the SEC, you know, we're soft. They gonna try and come in here and punk us. Nah, you know, we had to fix that and show like we had fight in us, and you're not gonna come in here and just punk us around no matter what.
That's the way I am when you guys try to punk me around in the morning.
I hear some guys that they've been backed into a corner and they want to fight.
I think so. They certainly did last night, and you got to give them credit for that.
I mean, that's what you want to hear.
You win the game. However you have to win the game. And when you're 0-5, it does not matter how you have to win the game. I mean, if you win, you've had a great night.
877-377-6963. It's 6:37 on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I got to laugh. I was thinking during the break, I mean, we got a room full of Joe Lenardis right now. And Razorback fans all over the state are trying to figure out, you know, they're going through the quad ones like we just did and what's coming up and what the schedule is going to be like. How many do they have to win to get into the big dance? You know, all things seem possible when you win. Yeah, it seems possible you could get into the tournament and get on a run. Now, you know, that bubble may burst before the week's over. But this morning, after a win, it seems like everything that, you know, we talked about has a chance at least to happen.
Arkansas made 31% of their shots last night.
Yeah, they did.
They won the game.
They've shot 91% from the foul line, though, in the second half.
Well, I'm saying if you can shoot 31%,
yeah,
and still win games, the upside for you is pretty high if you make some shots. And they didn't make shots, and they realized we miss a lot of shots, so we're going to have to win in different ways. And so they're doing that. And eventually, I think some of these shots are going to start falling.
Well, they got plenty of looks. They got plenty of looks in the first half.
I don't know.
There's not any doubt about that.
I don't know the last time I saw somebody go 1 for 10 from three. Like that's like just as much an anomaly.
Well, they were 0 for 10 until.
Well, no, I'm talking about Nelly Davis.
Oh, okay.
Nelly Davis put 1 for 10 from three.
I got you. Yeah.
Like I can't tell you the last time I saw a player shoot 1 for 10 from three. Like that. Like
and a lot of them look like
luck,
a lot of them look like they're going in.
Yeah, it's bad luck.
In and
That's
out.
what I'm saying.
Bart's in the situation room. Edwards right next to him with things to say.
Well, Bart's covered it. Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Edward was going to say what Bart did.
Ditto. I'm not going to regurgitate everything he said about
Edward.
We go to Edward, and he's like, Bart said it all.
Edward leaned into the mic. Ditto.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to start doing to Chuck.
I agree.
Yeah.
I concur.
Yeah, you're right. Now just look at it.
Yeah. That's a great point.
That's another great point.
Hey, I do want to say something just real quick about the game last night. Carter Knox drew 8 fouls. Adu Thero drew 7 fouls. Those are the most drawn in a game by a Razorback player in SEC play this season.
Is that right?
They were doing.
That's a good stat.
Both of those. They were doing.
That's a stat.
Now, that's one worth talking about.
Yeah.
They were doing what they need to be doing on offense. They were getting to the rack. They were getting to the foul line. That's how this team is going to win games. That's how John Calipari teams historically have won games. They've lived at the free throw line and they've rebounded. And those are the two things Arkansas did last night.
While you're on fire and you got the
burning.
ball, like keep the ball. We're going to feed you the ball because you're on a roll right now. What were you saying when we went to break about Cal's offense and what you saw last night?
Yeah, I thought that was the best looking version of the dribble drive offense that we've seen at Arkansas so far.
Why?
I like the movement off the ball, the movement with the ball, the cutting, the passing. Like, they did not make shots, but that's what the offense is supposed to look like. What they did in terms of getting to the rack, in terms of driving kickouts, driving dump-offs, kicking the ball out, resetting it, getting screens. Like, that's what the offense looks like. I've watched John Calipari's teams play for a long time, dating back to his first years at Memphis. And that's the type of offense that you see. Now, they got to make shots. Like, that's part of basketball and winning games. But when they run the offense like that and get to the foul line, it's going to give them a chance.
One thing that is going to happen moving forward, Georgia played, I thought, right into Arkansas's hands last night.
In the
second half,
yeah.
I thought Georgia's style of play played right into Arkansas's hands. They're going to have to, moving forward, there are going to be some games against better teams where they've got to make them play like they played last night. They've got to turn a stylish team, if you want to use that term, into Georgia. Now, Georgia was willing, some of these other teams aren't going to be so willing.
I got a stat for you.
All right.
Arkansas had 33 second chance points. That's half their points.
Yeah.
Half their points came on getting the ball after a miss and then scoring. That, like, every game I've watched them lose, they don't get another crack at the rim. Like, they take a shot, they miss it, it's over.
Cal said this on his radio show Monday night, that they may be the type team that just has to throw it up there and go get it. Some of the teams in the league right now,
that's what they
that's
did.
Their best offense.
That's what they did.
That's their best offense.
Including
throw it up there
the
and go
cover,
get it.
including the cover, the all-time cover at the end of the game.
Well, but I think what you saw last night, I think if you were to go back and break it down, if we were to turn the video over to Bart, I think you'd see Arkansas crashing the offensive glass with more bodies last night than they normally do. And I think it's by design, is what I'm saying.
So here's the second part of the stat I wanted to give you. 33 second chance points. 29 made free throws.
Yeah.
So all but, 6 or 5 of their points came from second chance points and free throws.
Yeah.
Think about that. That is all hustle. That is all effort. That is all I want it. That is all we are backed into a corner and we're going to fight, and it could be ugly and we may look terrible, but we are going to outfight you. And that's the first time I'm not saying they haven't played hard, because they've played hard, but that's the first time I've seen that kind of effort with 8 guys.
I don't know that I've seen a team win a game with 6 assists. Arkansas had 6 assists, and it goes to your point.
And it wasn't because they weren't sharing.
Well,
they couldn't make a shot.
It goes to your point, though, about how they won the game from the free throw line and second chance points. When you win a game at the foul line and with second chance points, there are not going to be a lot of assists. And, there would have been more had they made some of those open shots. But as it turned out, they had to win it exactly the way they won it.
877-377-6963. So if my math is right, all but 6 of their points, so 62 points, came off free throws and second chance points.
Yeah. That's gritty.
That's crazy. That is nuts.
That is a gritty win for sure. Hey, if you're buying or selling a home, if you're in the market, Bo's familiar with this. I'm going to talk about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. And I'll tell you, you got family that can probably provide the best testimonial out there.
I'll tell the story again because it's such a – you've been talking about Weicker. They're friends of mine as well, but you've worked with them before. I haven't had the opportunity. My son, married 3 years, finds out they're pregnant. They're going to have a baby. They want to get into a house. So they're like, hey, do you know anybody? So I turned them over to Weicker. And the next day they called me and they thought that like Jerry Maguire was representing them in an NFL contract. Because they are like a lot of us, we don't know everything there is to know about buying a home. And you need somebody that will help you understand your finances, what can be done, how this can move around. Maybe you don't put that much money down, but you can take advantage of this credit or whatever. And you got to have somebody that understands all of that to make the best buy you can make.
It saves you money, and that's what they do at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. It's what they've been doing since 1978. It's what they did for me. I mean, you talk about a clueless idiot. I certainly was. And they get you from contract to close. Whether you're buying or selling, they're the representatives you want on your side of the table. They're in Northwest Arkansas, Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith. They've got a great office in Branson. You can check them out online at WeicherGriffin.com.
It's 6:45, the Chuck and Bo Show, celebrating an Arkansas win over Georgia. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations, Coach.
I made some good calls today.
You sure did. You sure did.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our Hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Is your hot water heater letting you down? No one likes cold showers. We want to be able to count on our hot water. And that's why Pasco Air Plumbing and Electric has an offer that comes with the peace of mind I value. Get this, for just $17.76, you can get a 40 to 50 gallon water heater fully supplied and installed by their licensed and insured technicians backed by a comprehensive warranty. For less than $2,000? Yeah, price check it. It's a deal. Just log on to gopasco.com and don't worry about hot water anymore.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, Precident. We'd love to help.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't know what on time is for you, but yeah, you got here before the show started.
Whatever. Hey, have you ever seen anyone that takes so much pride in being the first one here?
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sportsbook in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it. Did you know that 1 in 4 people seeking treatment for ED are under 40? So you're not alone. And even better, Hims can help. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. It all starts with an online intake form. From there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. Through hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I need Southern Siri. Sometimes when I ask Siri something, she says she can't understand what I'm saying. I think we need more regional Siri so they can understand the dialect. I think that's a good idea.
What an idiot.
I think that's a good idea.
Such an idiot. I love it. Cal had lots of good things to say after the game, as you can imagine. Here's one.
I told my wife, I'm sorry I'm putting you through this. You're staying too. And I told Hunter, I'm sorry I'm putting you through this. This team is trying. The staff, we're doing everything we can. We've been through a landmine of stuff. And I'm sorry I put the fans through it. It's kind of like us looking at this. And when Boogie got hurt, everybody said what? We may not win a game. We won one.
The humility turned into...
We won one.
That's great.
Hey.
There's nothing like winning, man. There's nothing like it. You can be the goofiest person in the world. You win a ball game, and it's okay.
We won one.
Yes, you can relate to that in so many ways. Like when your just day is going south all day, and then something happens, it just turns.
Just pulled it out of the fire right at the end.
I don't know if you guys feel like me, but I just felt like that was the first time this year in a game like that it went Arkansas's way. Like you miss a shot and there's a late whistle, you got fouled.
Yeah,
that's going the other way like all the time. It's been like this perfect storm of all bad things happening. You can't get a rebound, you can't hit a shot. You give up something easy on defense. If you miss a shot, you're never getting another opportunity. You're never getting the foul calls you need. Well, it all went the other way last time.
Yeah, I thought Arkansas got a good home whistle at times. I'm sure there were many times Cal didn't think they did, but I thought on the whole Arkansas got a pretty good home whistle.
They only shot 5 more free throws than Georgia.
You're right.
Which is a little unusual at home to have the free throws be that close.
Well, Arkansas they attacked the rim with reckless abandon, and again Georgia played right into Arkansas's hands in the second half, and not everybody's going to do that. But, the question now is, can you get over the hump? Are you over the hump? Is this the game that gets everything going? Or is it, a blip on the radar? We'll find out as we go. You can see, and I've seen it for the last 3 or 4 games, Cal's just trying to will these guys into the winner's circle. I mean, just trying to will them there. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. It worked last night. There have been other times when it hasn't. But I think every game's going to be like that. I just think it's going to be like that the rest of the way.
Got plenty more to get to. Cal's jacket was the player of the game.
That's right.
We've
Star of
named
the
that
game.
star of the game, Cal's red jacket. Your thoughts, 877-377-6963 if you want to jump in here. It's cold this morning, but I haven't checked the temperature because it didn't feel as cold as yesterday.
It was 21 earlier.
Yeah. Well, we'll get you a weather update coming up on the 8s.
Traffic and weather every 10 minutes
the rest
on the
of the show.
nines.
Hey, looking for that perfect light beer to celebrate Arkansas's win? Flight by Yingling raises the bar for all light beers. It's even better introducing the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle, perfect for any occasion. 95 calories, and enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of Yingling. It's Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Raise a glass and raise the bar with Yingling. Well, Matt Zimmerman's going to join us a little bit later. You know he'll be excited. I bet he didn't sleep last night. Clay's going to join us later in the show. We're just getting cranked up as we approach 7 o'clock.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
We bring in players. They didn't grow up with a woo big suit. They don't bleed hog red. They bleed money.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. My Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Sunny sky today. A high this afternoon will be in the upper 40s at north, mid-40s south. Clear and cold overnight lows in the mid to upper teens overnight. Friday, we're right back to sunshine. Our high on Friday in the lower 40s. And then Saturday, partly sunny skies, a high upper 40s to near 50. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Come Get You Some, Arkansas's premier off-road superstore. Call 782-MUD today.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Tommy's right on this one. Do you feel? Let me ask you this.
Normal around here.
Looking to upgrade your boat? Now's the time with Honda Marine Buyer's Choice Sales Event. Choose up to $2,000 in instant savings or a 36-month Honda Care Protection Plan. That's extra coverage worth up to $44.60 included at no extra cost. This offer applies to all new 40 to 350 horsepower Honda Marine outboards now through March 31st, 2025. Don't miss this limited time deal at Heartland Honda Power Sports Marine in Springdale. Save big or get extra peace of mind. The choice is yours. Visit Heartland Honda Power Sports Marine today. Exit 72 from I-49 just north of Cracker Barrel.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, a Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush off, landscaping. Plus, a Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's a Cut Above, 719-5605. Hey, this is Ty Richardson for Jake Neal and his team at Jerry Neal's Barbecue. Jake's dad, Jerry, started cooking barbecue at Jerry Neal's in 1977, and Jake took over and has been doing the same thing ever since. I got ribs the last time I was there. Woo! Man, they were good. Don't forget about the catfish either. It's cooked to order, so it's hot and fresh every single time. The best catfish in the River Valley. Jerry Neal's Barbecue, Catfish, and Catering, 1823 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I had a dream the other night that Chuck gave me a hug. I don't remember much else about it. I think it was like a sad moment, and Chuck came up and gave me a hug, and I immediately woke up because I know that ain't happening. I was like, "What is happening?"
I would give you a hug in a trying
I've
moment.
never seen
a trying, or after a big win or a trying moment.
Big win.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you believe we're doing this?
This brings back
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
They said it's the second largest deficit in this building to come back and win. In the history, this building is 35 years old. Think about that. Everyone here helped us. Did anybody hurt us? No. That's how this is going to be. Every guy's got to come in here with an idea that they're going to help us. Let's write a ridiculous story. We just had to win one. We just had to win one. Free throw, M1. I have been blessed. So what I'm going through is going to make me a better coach. What you're going through is going to make you a better player. We're going to do this. I'm telling you. If I got to drag you over hot coals, you just keep us in the game and let me drag you over the finish line. Okay? Okay? Yeah.
Family on 3, together on 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a dude Thero calling it up after the game. I'm reminded of the great phrase that Houston Nutt coined. There's nothing like a celebrated locker room.
Every time there's a big win like that, I have to make sure don't say celebrated locker room. Say don't use that term. It's not your term. Basically, is what I'm telling myself.
Well, that was a celebrated.
It
locker
was
room.
a celebrating locker room.
And you hear Cal talking about. It feels like in his mind turning the corner. And look, they didn't beat the best team in the league. None of that matters right now. They found a way to win the game, shooting 31%. And they won a game. And that's what had to happen in the next step of the process here. Eddie is in Clarksville. You think Eddie's going to blow the whistle?
He feels better today.
Let's Eddie, blow the whistle.
I tell you what, I'm going to blow it and blow it loud. Finally something to blow the whistle about this season. And so with criticism, so is, praise. Back against the wall, got to have a win. And I said yesterday this was the most important game of the season because you got them at home. And, the players last night, I mentioned a phrase yesterday, this past weekend it was cold. What better way to spend the weekend and watch some playoff games and put on some of my favorite movies all the time. Invincible. When he took over that Eagles team, he said this, things weren't going well when Dick Vermeil took over that team. But they stuck together. He told them this, we got to find the heart and soul of this team. And I feel what they found last night. They found, you don't win this game last night without heart and soul. And you can't have soul without heart. I mentioned yesterday about the heart. Everything that says biblically, we do in life comes from the heart. And these players, you got to give them credit. They played with heart last night. Finally, we attacked the basket, and that's how we got to win games. You talk about, I stuck my head in that barrel last night. I went bobbing for apples. And I think these players at halftime went in. They went in there, they went in and scraped the apple, hit the boards, and they did that. They went in there and stuck their head in that barrel to scrape out the apple. Woo! Not down shots when it matters most. And that's what they did. And then when you look at Coach Cal, said you can't take that away. The man has taken 3 teams to Final Fours in a national championship. Things not going well. But last night when it mattered most, he called the play, drew it up, attacked the basket. You either going to get fouled or you're going to make the shot. And that's what we did last night. So dedicate the song of this. It's hard for me. I'm going to be 60 come Tuesday.
Oh.
And when you talk about the fouls, the screaming Chinaman could care less. But as a passionate fan aboard the basketball hall train, football train, and baseball train for decades, blowing a whistle, I remember the shot. That decades ago, players that come through our program, they'll be some of the most formidable teams ever put on the floor. When you talk about the shot to be in the Pine Bluff Convention Center, whoa! Shut Big Time Charles knocked down the shot to see William, North Carolina, and Michael Jordan packing. And you talk about shot, U.S. Reed shot to beat Louisville, baby. I remember. Let me say this. The shot, woo! When you talk about Scotty Thurman knocking down the shot to beat Duke to win a national championship. And that's what I'm talking about. You talk about Southwest Conference titles, SEC titles, and national championship, Final Four runs. I remember. And I got players on my wall. You talk about the triplets. You talk about Todd Day, Lee Mayberry. You talk about Big O, Big Nasty. I remember. Let me say this. I don't know what the rest of the season's going to be like. Give me more. You got a winnable game. Come Saturday. Come Saturday night, you're going to bring the same recipe. You're going to bring tenacity. You're going to stick your head in that barrel. And you're going to scrap, baby. Thanks for taking my call.
Eddie.
Yeah.
What's
If
it
you're
saying?
not ready now-
Stick your head into that ball or bowl?
Well, barrel.
Barrel. Okay, barrel.
He's bobbing for apples because he was talking about apples yesterday.
We
won one.
They bobbed for apples at halftime. That was clearly
It
the
was
deal.
just, well, everybody's excited today. If you're not excited today, I don't know what to tell you.
Winning beats the heck out of losing. That's for sure.
Well, it also changes things on a dime to some extent.
Makes everything seem possible. I mean, we're
There
sitting
you
here
go.
trying
That's
to
what I'm
figure out
talking
how
about.
they're going to get in the big dance. Are they going to have enough quad one wins if they get to 7 to get to the big dance? They're 1-5. Let's beat Oklahoma. You know, let's turn this into a streak. Let's not make it a one-off.
Turn it into one more.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
And keep trying to find a way to win.
Charlie's in Camden. Charlie, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
That was, I was just listening to Eddie, and every time he never seems to amaze me. That was the most typical, like if we described an Eddie win, you know, he always talks about this hog delight or whatever it is. That game last night, that describes an Eddie win, right?
Yeah.
Right, guys? I mean, it was not pretty at all, but I think what they found last night is something that, you know, I'm not going to say it defines how they're going to have to play the rest of the year all the time, but for the most part, when you think about this team right now, they're going to have to win games this way, I just think, Chuck. And they're not a team right now that's going to go out there every night and score 80 plus. It just ain't going to happen. And right now, and now listen, they're going to have some games that they shoot the ball a little better. I liked what they did with Nelly, running him off all that floppy action all game. I've always liked that offense in the sense of it also creates a natural just ball movement or movement in general of the players, and it also helps you put your guys in position to rebound a little better. And the way they crash the glass against a team that is very good at rebounding, and they're very good on defense. So they've showed themselves, you know what, we can win this way. Even though we've been struggling with rebounding and all those things, we can actually win this way. And Carter Knox, to me, last night was almost the unsung hero. But, you know, that was the best game he has ever played here. And for him to play the way he played, he was almost like, I know Thero had his numbers, but to me, Carter Knox was the key to that win last night, guys.
Absolutely, he played a huge role.
Y'all have a good one.
Yeah, his hustle factor was obvious. Every time somebody came up with a loose ball and you looked who it was Carter Knox.
They forged their identity last night, and I just think this is how it's going to be the rest of the way. We thought coming into the season with all this talent that we were going to watch one of the most stylistically pleasing Razorback teams we'd ever seen, and it's not going to be that way. They're going to have to win games the way they won it last night. I agree. Carter Knox, one of the keys last night. Listen to his actual stat line, though. 1 of 5 from the floor. 0 of 3 from beyond the three-point line. 11 of 13 at the free throw line. I mean, you look at the 1 for 5, 0 for 3, and think, well, they're down 15 in the first half, which is exactly what happened. But then in the second half, you start attacking the rim, you get to the foul line, and the 11 of 13 becomes one of the stats that wins you the game. And that's just how it's going to have to be. This is not going to be the type team we thought it was going to be. But it doesn't mean they can't turn this thing around and win. They're just going to have to do it in a different way. But I thought last night, and I don't know that this is going to be their identity moving forward, but if they're going to have success, it has to be. I thought last night they got as close to that as they've gotten this season.
6 rebounds to go with all the things that you said about Carter Knox. And I'm going to give you the most important stat, perhaps. He had the best plus-minus of anybody in the game. 11.
Well, and let me just tell you, there's been games when you've gone to that plus-minus column and there's been nothing but minuses. There were a lot of pluses last night.
That's right.
And
a lot of guys contributed.
That's
17
exactly
for
right.
Thero, 13 for Knox, 9 for Nelly, 8 for DJ Wagner, 7 for Brazil, and Avicic with 7.
Even though Nelly missed some shots, and even though
Billy
DJ
Richmond,
missed
2
some
points.
shots, I don't think there was a point. Cal said after the game, nobody hurt us. You know, that clip you played in the locker room. I didn't get the sense last night there was any point in the game where you said to yourself, you got to get him out of there. You got to get him off the floor. And I'll give you a counter to that. Mike White last night, I thought more than once, he's got to get that big Surreal kid out of the ball game. He can't handle the ball. And he's killing him down there. So I thought Arkansas's players all contributed, and none of them had really bad nights. And by the end, everybody bought into what they were having to do to win. Everybody did the same thing. They attacked the rim.
It's one game, and that's all we're talking about
That's
here
right.
for now. I mean, we can talk about the hope it gives you, but here's what I would say. I am more impressed with them winning a game like that than I've been with anything that's happened all year, because it tells me they're willing to do it. It tells me they're not above it. And if you want to be critical of Cal and the 5 losses before this and the questioning of the Hall of Fame coach and is he washed up and all this garbage we talked about yesterday that was garbage, you better dang well give them credit for being willing to go to the mat and be a back alley street fight team and not be too prideful to do it. Like, that's figuring out how you win a game when you're shooting 30%. Is that not coaching? 7:15, we're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. Bank better with First Security Bank. All in on local support, friendly locations, the best kind of people, and the kind of banking and help that you would expect from a place that started right here in Arkansas. First Security Bank, all in on the Hogs, all in on that win last night, and the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show, fsbank.com, member FDIC. Back in a minute, it's 7:15. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Not but one.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com and click on the Sweat No Edge.
Just thinking, what is a Pirates' favorite college football team?
Say it, Bart.
Arkansas.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
This is a public service announcement for hard seltzer lovers. Neutral Vodka Seltzer has arrived. Made with simple ingredients like vodka, seltzer, and real juice. Neutral tastes good. Like real good. So good that you'll never want to drink another artificial tasting seltzer again. Neutral's light and refreshing taste will show you what a vodka seltzer can be. Try Neutral, the one with the umlaut. Copyright 2023 Neutral Distilled Spirit Specialty, Los Angeles, California. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio. Simon, what's going on post-Christmas?
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Proud to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I mean, we are one extreme to the other. Either we're headed to wine and roses for the rest of our lives, or the whole world's going to hell. I mean, it's one of the two.
Just a really healthy mentality to have, too.
That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
How those donuts? Celebrate.
Well, you know, you brought in some Hostess donuts this morning, as I see.
Yeah.
And
I celebrate like the old radio days.
Well, it's
just kind of like last night's win. Nothing bougie about it, man. Just get in there, get you some chocolate Hostess donuts and a cup of coffee, and get to work.
See, the thing about these things is you bring them in, and it's like, well, they're Hostess donuts. I mean, big deal. And then you eat one. And then you eat another one.
It's like a potato chip.
And despite the synthetic processed taste, it is goes down pretty easy.
Well, I mean, for
wash
a veteran,
it down with some coffee.
For a veteran radio man like yourself, you've been here before.
It's not like I've not eaten donuts before.
How's it feel to have a win today? 877-377-6963. Here's Cal after the game.
All I've been working on is mindset and talking to them how I'm working on my own mindset. I showed them a card that I have 5 things written on. I read before I go to bed. I read when I wake up in the morning, and I take it with me because if I start getting negative thoughts, I read it then. Because if I'm hurting, they're really hurting. If I'm tired, they're exhausted.
What do you think's on the card?
Well, I don't know. I can't believe nobody asked. I'm surprised as I listened to that later. I thought, how come nobody asked what the 5 things were?
You're going to have to start going to the post-game press conferences after you wrap up your post-game festivities over there. You're going to have to pop in there. Somebody's got to ask the questions.
How could you not ask the follow-up? What are the 5 things?
How is that not, like, everyone wants to know?
You're special.
No. Control the controllables.
Believe in yourself.
Nothing's as bad as it seems.
Who's the leader of the media room now? Who's the leader of the post-game press conference now that Bob's passed away?
We lost the best there was.
Bob would have asked the question.
1,000% asked that question.
Bob would have said, what are the 5 things?
I mean,
because he was listening to what he was actually listening to what he was saying.
I'm telling you, like, that's just one of the most obvious moments where you're like, dang.
Who's the leader of the room?
That we've lost one of the best ever.
Who's the leader of the room, for crying out loud?
Somebody. Hey, by the way, you know what I noticed from the locker room? And this is just a little thing that you pick up on. Thero's calling it up. Is he the leader? Because we've been asking it. Who's the leader of the team?
He sure was last night.
Who will they follow? Who takes over? It feels like him.
It has to be.
It's got to be his team.
He's a veteran. He's been around the block. He's a big guy, tough, goes inside, gets big baskets, gritty. If that's going to be your identity, he's got to be your leader. I mean, I'm not saying that other guys can't display leadership too, but when you've got a guy calling him up at the end of the game, everybody in the room's got to know why he's the one calling him up, because it's his room, at least among the players. And I'm encouraged by that.
877-377-6963. If you want to hop on the Chuck and Bo Show this morning, 7:23. General Ben. Ben, good morning.
Okay, good morning, guys. Thanks for the privilege. Just wanted to say, I bet you, and that 5 things that were not asked, but if we 3 had been there, we'd have asked for sure. I know I would have. And I bet you 1 or 2 of them would be having to do something about God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the Word of God, something that I know how the Catholic, but it sounds like he's a saved, born-again Catholic and loves the Lord. But anyway, what I wanted to say was also along with that, I know you're giggling, but along with that, I believe the Lord got glorified there in that championship football game for college there when the one play that I haven't, it blessed me more than any play that I've seen for 10 or 20 years. It was when the receiver and the defender went up for the ball and just centered the ball, touched their hand. They were fighting over the ball, and the ball ends up bouncing on the ground, and they're laying on the ground. They get up and shake hands or do whatever they do nowadays where we used to shake hands, after something like that. And it looked like they said something like, good play, bro, or something like that. And I just think I just loved it. I just loved that part of that game and everything. So
fine show.
But anyway, but hey,
display.
But it's great. It's great. It's better to have an ugly win than a pretty loss.
We're all watching the same
W
movie.
to W.
Go ahead,
And
Ben.
so,
I'm sorry.
Anyway, that's all right. I'm just excited about it, and I can't shut up. But y'all be throwing the plug on me in a few seconds. But anyway, I'm just glad to see the guy you're talking about in the middle. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name, but the guy that did seem to be the leader, and he's always seemed to be pretty much the leader, sort of, kind of, in all the other games. But I'd always thought he was going to get in foul trouble and get that fifth foul or whatever. And do we have anybody foul out?
No.
No, they had
some
they
four.
had guys with 4 at the end, but the only
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was worried about. I'm
Brazil
sorry.
and
I'm
Hero.
glad we won, but I'm sorry. Forgive me. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just saying, Thero and Brazil both had 4, and they managed not to foul anybody out of the game, which was key. Sometimes I'm driving in here in the mornings early, and I'm thinking to myself, what's going to happen today that I'm not expecting? And then that was that was the moment today.
Ready to discuss a little religion over there, Bart? You're ready
so,
to get into
I was
a little.
so confused by
well,
everything that was
like,
happening and being said.
As I say, well, not everything, but as I say, I'm watching the same movie. I'm watching the same movie you are. And we were all watching the same movie. Sterling, thanks, Ben. Sterling and Center Ridge, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show, man. What's happening?
Oh, nothing much, guys. And Hall of Fame, long-time Hall of Fame caller right there.
That's right. Gentleman's been around forever.
He can talk about whatever he wants.
Guys, I was impressed with the offense. The offense looked better. The dribble drive offense, like to me, is like the best it's looked all season. I know we didn't shoot the ball well, still didn't shoot the ball well, but they're attacking the basket and rebounding the basketball. When you coach youth basketball or youth sports and you get the fundamentals, to win games, you try to emphasize you have to hit the free throws, you have to rebound, and you have to make your layups. And in the second half, that's what this team did. And they battled, and they scrapped the call. And like Chuck said, this might be the identity of the team. Don't need to be a one-off thing like this all the time. And again, that's a good basketball team. And I don't want to say I'm making excuses for this team. But this league is so tough. And I don't know if I ever seen a league this tough. South Carolina also haven't won a game in this league. They gave, well, a lot of people think this team got a team with Final Four potential in Florida. It's just cool to win that game. I mean, this league is rough. And any win, there's no such thing as an ugly win in this league this year. That one time, there's no such thing as an ugly league, ugly win. Like they say about one thing, just turn the lights off and you can make it what you want it to be. Guys, have a great day.
All right, Sterling.
Yeah.
Did you think you were here that today? Just turn the lights off and make it what you want to be.
No, I didn't. That's another back-to-back. I didn't know what I was going to hear today. Thanks, Sterling.
Sterling's always good.
Oh, yeah.
Sterling's. Hey, those
Two
are 2 Hall of Fame callers, right there.
Legacy callers.
Gentlemen,
Those
those
are
go back
legacy callers
to my show, the original show, and to your show, your original show.
Yeah. No, you were the original show.
Yeah,
I was the show. I'll always be the show that followed.
My point
the
is
original show. And
we're
I
OGs
should have just called it Sports Wrap. I don't know why we called it Sports Talk. I think we were trying to be different.
Would
But
you
it's
guys
the same show?
mind referring to me as the OG from this point forward? I've always kind of had that as a goal in life.
We were saving that for your birthday, but now that you've ruined it, nicknamed
sorry.
yourself. You can't
Yeah,
give yourself
you
nicknames.
can't give yourself a nickname.
But you're
Yeah,
right.
that's
He's
exactly
Can we
right.
put that? Hey,
The OG and Bo show.
Put that in the new Open.
Yeah, that's great.
No, we're going to call Chuck the OG in the new Open.
All right.
His name goes first, and he's the OG.
Great. Chuck the OG Barrett.
Abso-stinking-lutely.
He's an old guy.
877-377-6963. Hey, I don't know if you're just waking up this morning. Maybe you haven't heard.
We won one.
And it was impressive.
glorious.
It's
Glorious.
impressive. That's not just a win. That was a win for all mankind.
It was.
But no, it's
much needed.
It is a. There was a lot that happened last night that I think you take away and you go, hey, there's okay. I see the light now a little bit. Anytime you can win a game and just shoot 30%, you've done something. I'm just saying, there's a lot to be said for that.
Find a way, and they found a way last night. Fayetteville Auto Park will help you find a way. If you find that perfect car, truck, SUV, they'll find a way to get you in there. I guarantee it. The thing about Fayetteville Auto Park is selection. That's where it starts for me. If I'm going to go out and buy a new automobile, I want a lot to choose from, and they've got it at Fayetteville Auto Park. Great brands, Honda, Acura, Toyota, Chevy, pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs all over the lot, and all of them priced to sell. You're also going to find an award-winning service department, an award-winning collision center as well. That's why Fayetteville Auto Park's been around so long. It is a one-stop automobile headquarters, and that makes them different than everybody else. Exit 67A, FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Razorback basketball analyst, Chuck's broadcast partner, Matt Zimmerman, Z, joins us next on the Chuck and Bo Show at 7:30.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I've been waiting to say this for 5 years. Sterling in Center Ridge.
This is quite the coup that they have put together. Bo and Chuck, this is a dream team.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heat and air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
There's nothing like a college football Saturday, a few beers, your phone, and Twitter.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for the best Razorbacks insights and analysis?
Hell yes.
How about listening to an Arkansas football legend?
Matt Jones, all he does is make big plays.
What's the voice of the Hogs have to say?
Hey, what a great crowd last night.
Don't forget about the Omahogs.
The Hogs are going to Omaha.
Matt Jones, Chuck Barrett, and Phil Elson, the best in the business on the Hit That Line Podcast Network. Go to hitthatline.com or search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson, I'm with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan, I know you're a wizard here at First Financial Mortgage, but you do okay with the sticks as well.
Yeah, I've been playing golf since I was 5. I've been in the golf game for a long time.
Question is, what are you better at, golf or lending?
I have to say that equally both. I've used golf in my career to kind of help propel it as well. I used to prepare hard with golf. I do the same thing in work. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
It's time to start the year strong at Heartland Honda Power Sports and Marine. Don't miss our first huge sale in 2025, featuring unbeatable discounts and exclusive incentives on many of your favorite Honda rides, like Honda Ranchers, Honda Pioneers, and Honda Goldwing, plus so much more. Whether you're tackling trails or cruising in style, we've got the perfect ride for you. Visit Heartland Honda in Springdale today and make 2025 your best year yet. Heartland Honda, work hard, play hard. For your safety, read the owner's manual, wear a helmet, eye protection, close side nets and doors, and always wear seatbelts. Honda ATVs, side-by-sides are 16 years and older.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087 or online at ServiceMasterPC.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. They have several locations in the Arkansas area, but I specifically want to talk to you about Jam Mart number 10. Great deli. My goodness. Great lunch, great dinner. But have you had the breakfast yet? It's the best in town. And they have that convenient drive-through window. So when you're heading north or south on 540, take exit number 6 for Jam Mart number 10. 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the area.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I've called and told them 5 times now. The bank account listed on there no longer belongs to me. In fact, it doesn't exist anymore. It's one of the things that happens when you get divorced.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
One of the things.
You got a list? You got a
No,
list?
I'm just saying one of the things.
What are 5 things we could carry around on a note card?
God,
I'm a fan of this, by the way.
I don't know.
I'm a fan of this.
I haven't thought about applying it to myself.
I'm a believer in thought life really having an impact on you if you let your thoughts just run off. And you hop in and ride along with them. You gotta kind of manage those. At least I do. I don't know about anybody else.
My mind's not that organized.
Sounds like
it's very scattered.
Sounds like that's what Cal's doing.
All I've been working on is mindset and talking to them how I'm working on my own mindset. I showed them a card that I have 5 things written on that I read before I go to bed. I read when I wake up in the morning, and I take it with me because if I start getting negative thoughts, I read it then. Because if I'm hurting, they're really hurting. If I'm tired, they're exhausted.
Mindset is a big deal, and that's the focus of this team, and I think you saw it play out last night. Some lovely dinner music we have.
That is
In
good.
the
I like
background
that.
there. Would you like a roll? Can I get you some bread?
Yeah.
Before the salads come out. Matt Zimmerman. Turn the music down, please.
Still going.
Matt Zimmerman.
Man, it's going forever. Like the endless bumper music.
Somebody,
Hey, turn it down.
Whoever's running the board back there at Mission Control went out to have a cigarette. Just like, we'll let this play.
How long will it go? I got the old. There it goes. There it goes.
Here's your steak knife, Edward.
That's right.
Just because it just ended.
Yeah.
Well, I just ran out. Yeah, you just ran out.
Party's over. Z, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Glad to have you. What a win. A win's a win, a big win. To stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
What a look for the Razorbacks to just fight their way through and find a way to come out on top.
Yeah, it really was, guys. Good morning. Just saw Chuck about
3 hours ago, and good to be back
Did y'all
on with
hit
you,
the
Bo.
town? He never admits this, but I saw the way he was dressed last night. Was there a ball somewhere after the game?
God.
Did you guys have a
He
band?
made the walk of shame. He made the walk of shame in the studio.
Wow. Oh, that's terrible.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no telling where he was. Yeah, but he only had about 3 hours. We were there late. Yeah, it was a late night in the bud, but man, it sure was needed. You're right. It was bleeding.
Oh.
And it was nice. Everybody's feeling good, and it was fun, and it was, anytime you come back, it feels even a little bit more special to win when you have a good comeback win, and and we won. We played very good. I mean, we played really good in the second half. Played hard, played real aggressive. I love that. But we didn't have the world's greatest game. But fortunately, Georgia, they fought too. I mean, they were battling. So it was two teams going at it good. And Georgia's won 3 times ever in Fayetteville, and they were up against it. At the end of the day, they couldn't make the plays that the Razorbacks did. And Purdue threw. I love the basket with about 35 seconds left. We had 63-63, and the play had kind of broke down. And he caught it in front of the bench. He just blew by their kid and went to the right-hand drive, got right to the SEC logo, elevated, and scored. Their poor defender was kind of like trying to take a charge on him. And that basket, you go up 65-63. I just loved his mentality, and I love their fight.
Hey, Z, you've obviously been around a lot of teams in locker rooms. When you lose a player like Boogie and others rally and you win the way they did last night, every win's important. Every win means a lot. But when you can win a game without a player that some consider to be your best, what can that do 2-3 weeks down the road? Not just Oklahoma, but as you move through the January and on into February.
Yeah, that's a great question because it obviously lifts them so much. They were so happy, even talking to some of them after the game, like we had to do over there. You could hear it in their voice, and they believe. And I think they had lost a little bit of what their fire had been early in the year just because of the losses. And I think to the Missouri game and the LSU game, 2 games on the road that, going into them, we definitely thought we could win. And we would have a turnover and seeing DJ put his hands over his face, oh man, just so much anguish in every play and in turnovers. And I think there was still 9 minutes to go in the game when that happened the other day. There's times that they have struggled a little bit, and I think they were feeling it. I think they were feeling the pressure. So now there was a new opportunity with Boogie out for other guys to step up. Now, DJ, I think, will get more settled into the point guard. I think he did a pretty good job, especially in the second half. He got us in the offense. He got the ball to the right person. He was 3 of 14. But the good news is he kept just blowing by Silas Demery and Tyron Lawrence and even Blue Kane, and those guys were racking up fouls, and he was getting to the basket. He just wasn't finishing. And I think the different roles more on his shoulders. But I think he'll get better playing he's going to have to play it a little better for us to beat some of the good teams in the league. But it was great. I thought the Bud made a difference at the end. It was a good crowd, not a great crowd, but it was a good crowd for folks coming in on a cold night with the team having lost 5 in a row. That gave a little bit of a lift. And I love the free throw lines. I love those referees. And Razorbacks get the win number 1.
Z thought we got every call.
Well, it felt like it because it feels the opposite most of the time.
You're right.
And I said earlier, Z, for the first time that I can remember this season, it felt like things went Arkansas's way, especially since getting into conference play. They've really struggled to score. They've really struggled to shoot the ball. I don't think that will continue the entire season, but maybe it will. Maybe they just can't shoot. But I just believe that at some point, Nelly's going to start scoring at a higher rate. Shots are going to fall that aren't falling. I thought last night was a huge win because you got to get that first win to give yourself confidence and a reward for all the hard work. Now what happens? Here's my question to you, and this was sort of my takeaway. Tell me if you think this, that when you can figure out a way to win the game shooting 30%, that's a great sign. That is a positive sign. Because you don't expect to shoot that bad every night.
That's a great sign. Again, that goes back to a tough, gritty home win, and you shoot the ball well. You didn't really play that great overall, and so because even you think about how good the defense was in the second half, and it was. First half, it wasn't very good. So you kind of overcame a half of not real good defense, and you overcome really a whole game of not shooting the ball very well. We had so many open looks. I was watching it last night. I DVR'd it, and I watched some of it when I came home. And at one point, those 0 for 8, we had 6 of those were wide open. And just surely, you watch those guys warm up for games. You watch them when I go to practice, and when they're shooting wide open shots, I mean, they're making – I'm talking about most all the guys, even Billy. Those guys are making 60, 70, 80% of their catch-and-shoot spot-up threes all by themselves. They get in the game, the defender's not out there, so it's still the same type shot, and they just it was miss. And, you know, we're going to need to be better than 3 of 23 to win, you know, big games. But with being the driving, attacking team that this team is, with Adu, with DJ, now with, you know, Z playing well. He's not a driver, but what he provides other ways, you know, you still have a ton of talent on this team. You have high-level talent, and you can get some wins, especially in a conference where there's really, really, really good teams. And there's also, you know, you can look and see 6 or 7 teams that are kind of like you, and you can beat those guys. And so they've got a chance to really get some wins.
Z, great stuff. Go back and take a nap before you go into your other job.
Thanks, Z.
No, I got to go to. They're gonna make me go to the foundation today, so I got to go in and part of it. But I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy the victory.
Hey, shout from the rooftops there at the Razorback Foundation today. Party like like you should. We're having Hostess donuts. Get a pastry or something on the way into the office. Matt Zimmerman, longtime Razorback assistant.
Hey, did you hear that?
Chuck's
I got home
podcast
last night and broke down the video and rewatched the game. Like what he was saying. I mean, I got home last night. It was like 11:45. I had to get to bed.
Yeah.
And Z's breaking down video.
Yeah, that's it's his love language.
I know.
Yeah.
That's his language of love.
It's
That's
exactly right. Hey, guys, regardless of our age, sometimes we just don't have that same energy level we once did. The Sweat No Edge is all about helping you overcome that. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance all come together, helping us overcome that tired feeling we have or that mental fog that we have. You want to be clear-headed, have the energy you want, and be the person you really are. And you can get it if you don't have it. Chances are you just need some supplements or some tea or something, but you got to get evaluated to find out what that something is. And that's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about, a free evaluation. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge. SweatnumCosmetic.com. Feel and look better with SweatnumCosmetic.com and the Sweatnum Edge. It's 7:46, the Chuck and Bo Show reacting to Arkansas's win over Georgia.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Everyone remembers the Florida A&M game, and later became known here in Pulaski County as Rattlergate.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, Precedent. We'd love to help.
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
People everywhere, and then, next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
You're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Good morning, Smack Daddy. What's happening?
What's up, Bald Brotherhood?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cave, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry.
How do people see what you've made over the years, Cecil?
Google or Yahoo it or Bing it. Jazzco Graphics Design, JAAZCO, Monday through Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And sometimes I'm here after. So if that open sign is on, I'm here. Y'all come on in. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Cricket, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Do you enjoy lunch with me?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not any better than anybody else's lunch or anything like that, but I mean, it's all right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That's not true.
That's a
not
ringing
true.
endorsement. That's a ringing endorsement of Lunch with Bo. Really, it is
It's
an indescribable experience. Yeah. Really, I mean, it is, and I think people would enjoy it, and so maybe I'll get another chance.
The next time you and I have lunch together,
you're assuming
just
there's
you
gonna
and
be a
I
next time.
will be the second time.
Yeah, I mean, it really will. But it was a good lunch. The lunch we had.
Do you remember it?
No. Actually, I think I do. We were at a sandwich place.
We were at Honey Baked Ham.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. We were
Yeah.
at a Honey Baked Ham.
Yep.
That's exactly where we were.
And then a lady came over and said, "You're Chuck Barrett. Can I get a photo and put it on Instagram?"
Well, it wasn't quite like that. She was talking to you, too.
I said, "Yes, he is. And he's the OG."
Aren't you Bo Mattingly?
He's the OG.
That's what she said.
He's the OG. Hey, these guys have been feeling some pressure. And, I mean, we've talked about, like it's hard to play well when you're feeling it. And after last night's win, Adou-Thiero admitted, yeah, it's been heavy.
We struggled first couple of weeks on the court and off the court. It wasn't nothing like we were just on the court. We'd get, onto the court, and then we start feeling all the pressure and everything. Guys had to feel pressure, off the court too. Just shutting everything out, staying as one, that really helped. And, we went out there and played together tonight.
I just want to hear from anybody who has any sort of reaction to this game, because to me, I have a big reaction to the game. I give them so much credit. I am not sitting here today. I mean, we can talk about what the rest of the season might look like, but my focus is squarely on this game because they went in and figured some things out. And we can all gripe about things not being the way that we want them to be. Believe me, I do it all the time. And then you got to look in the mirror and say, what am I going to do about it? Or am I just waiting for somebody else to do something about it? But problem solving is the number one job skill I think anyone can have. And you got that also means you probably have some common sense. But if you thought Cal was just going to go buy another jacket, and that, this guy's lost sleep. The team's lost sleep. They want to fix it. They want to figure it out. And they've got some talent. And so no matter how you got to do it, you figure out a way to do it. And right now, that's just being tough. Like, they were just tough last night.
When you've lost 5 in a row, you put on a happy face to the public and you go hide under the covers when you get home. I mean, that's just the way it works. Coaches, players, everybody. I guarantee you, when this thing was over last night, there was a sense of relief. And you're right. I mean, we don't know how it's going to go. It could all blow up a couple of days from now. But I don't think so. I'm not saying they're going to win every game the rest of the way, but I think they know who they are now. And I'm not sure they did before last night. That's the confidence that comes from winning. However you won that game last night, that's who you are today. And that's how you got to play Saturday when you play Oklahoma.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show, almost 8 o'clock. The great Clay Henry is coming up.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life. Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
How was Saturday night for you after the game? What'd you do to celebrate?
The only remedy, I thought maybe get a few cold beers in there, maybe help it out a little bit.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina Chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Sunny sky today. A high this afternoon will be in the upper 40s at north, mid-40s south. Clear and cold overnight, lows in the mid to upper teens overnight. Friday, we're right back to sunshine. Our high on Friday in the lower 40s. And then Saturday, partly sunny skies, a high upper 40s to near 50. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Come Get You Some, Arkansas's premier off-road superstore. Call 782-MUD today.
Since 1992, the Inn at the Mill has welcomed guests to experience the most unique place to stay when visiting Northwest Arkansas. Centrally located at the Johnson exit off I-49, the Inn at the Mill has established a rich tradition of comfort, convenience, and value. Whether it's the big game, business travel, a trip to Crystal Bridges, or a weekend getaway that brings you to Northwest Arkansas, the Inn at the Mill has a spacious room with ample space to spread out. And when I'm there on business, I appreciate the fast, free internet to keep me connected to work, and the laid-back European-style breakfast to start the day. Experience unique and different at the Inn at the Mill, just off I-49 at the Johnson exit. Call 479-443-1800 to make your reservation. That's 479-443-1800, or visit innatthemill.com. The Inn at the Mill, where the past meets the present.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Dumps it underneath. Golden shot blocked by Brazil.
Oof. Looking to upgrade your boat? Now's the time with Honda Marine Buyer's Choice Sales Event. Choose up to $2,000 in instant savings or a 36-month Honda Care Protection Plan. That's extra coverage worth up to $44.60 included at no extra cost. This offer applies to all new 40 to 350 horsepower Honda Marine outboards now through March 31st, 2025. Don't miss this limited time deal at Heartland Honda Power Sports Marine in Springdale. Save big or get extra peace of mind. The choice is yours. Visit Heartland Honda Power Sports Marine today. Exit 72 from I-49 just north of Cracker Barrel.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike
Jr.'s
Hello, it's
Mobile
Clay.
Wash.
One call,
cleans it all.
Hello.
Ty Richardson for
Yo.
American Patriot Promotions.
Got me?
They have their meeting
Gotcha.
coming up Saturday,
Right.
February 1st and Sunday, February the 2nd. The American Patriot Promotions Mena Gun Show is located at the Polk County Fairgrounds in Mena. Tickets are just $10 per person and only $8 for veterans, military, police, and first responders. For more information on this event, go to AmericanPatriotPromotions.com. American Patriot Promotions is the best avenue for outstanding gun shows.
The Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
What if I told you that you could get a beer at the movies?
I've heard about that too. I keep up. I just choose not to participate.
Well, what if I told you could get a cocktail at the movies?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Is that what you guys do? You
get
go
a
to the
meal.
movies, just slam drinks? Well, hell, that's the reason movies like Despicable Me 4 are like in the top 10, because people are just getting drunk.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you
Bo.
believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I don't read anything. The people that want to take shots, they're going to take shots. My friends are calling me and saying, this may be your best coaching job. And then there's somebody else saying, he's the worst ever. If they ever said it to me, I'd say, you're right. Can we talk about something else? I mean, it doesn't matter. I just coach my team, and I'm really happy to be the coach here. I just want you to know. Even though we just went through that lull, but I'm happy to be here. And over the long haul, Hunter and I talked. This is a 5-year thing now. He said maybe 7. I said, let's worry about 5 first. And we're going to get this done. It's just going to take time.
John Calipari, after his first SEC win at Arkansas, Chuck and I have named his red jacket the player of the game.
That's right.
In comes Clay Henry, Hall of Famer and friend of the show. And, Clay, I know you were probably as worried as just about all of the crazies in the fan base that thought Cal's blue jacket lost the last game. And so I'm sure you were happy that he had the red one on last night and it led him to victory.
Yeah, I thought the best thing to do was to have an exorcism and, take that blue jacket. And there's a couple of more that I'm not crazy about. And you just put them in a pile and, you throw a little something on it, a little fire starter. Yeah, I live in the woods. I can have me a burn
fiscally
pile,
irresponsible.
nobody cares.
That's fiscally irresponsible. You got to hang on to those nice blue jackets, just like you got to hang on to the plum jacket that Chuck had on last night.
I've taken a lot of grief for that.
That's a pretty good
It's
color,
not that.
Chuck.
It's not the first time I've worn it. When I saw it in the catalog, well, not really the catalog. When I saw it online.
Is J.C. Penney still delivering the catalog to your place?
But when I saw it online, saw the picture, I thought that's a good-looking jacket. If I order that, I'm going to look like that young guy wearing it.
Bart said he didn't know Victoria's Secret was selling suits.
Well,
in your catalog,
it's listed as plum, P-L-U-M, plum. And I thought it looked red. Everybody else thinks it looks purple.
I'm going to try to
I'm
help
not
you
wearing
out
it
if you
anymore.
I want to try to help you out. I want you to start going online to like the Orvis and the Filson.
How many
Get some nice
Blazers are in
flannel.
your house now? How many Blazers do you have today? Like 2? A khaki one and a navy one?
There's a navy one, and then there's a brown one. And then there's 2 that I've inherited from my father-in-law when he passed.
I know they're
And
stylish.
They're a little – they are. But they're maybe – the ones that I own are probably a hair too small, and the ones that I inherited are just a hair too big. So I have to – when I wear his, I have to wear a sweater underneath it, make sure that I'm not going to be in a gym that's 90 degrees.
Move right
Sweater
there.
game's important.
How many do you have, Chuck? Chuck, you're the one wearing them on TV. We see you down there calling the game. We're looking at what jacket you're wearing.
Closets.
How many you got? What kind of sports jacket?
I don't know.
I've seen you with
5 or 6.
You've got a really nice blue one. I've seen it. I've seen it. We were at an event the other night, and you had it on.
Looked like a
Looked
Kentucky
like
jacket.
$1 million
didn't
dang
it?
dollars, man.
Yeah.
You sure did.
No, you've seen my red jacket.
Oh, I have.
wore it
yeah, to the
when I
Hall of
went into
Fame.
the Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You sure did. I got up there and said nice things
and
about
Sandy Dean. Sandy Dean had one exactly like it. We both got it from Ed Bashira in the same week.
Tulsa.
Now that
the late Tulsa clothier.
If you've been around, if you followed Clay's radio career, you've heard of Ed Bashira.
Yeah, and he made Nolan's clothes.
That's true.
Yep. And was kind of my godfather, Nolan's godfather, and I mean he was Catholic. Now he would love Cal, and he'd probably walk out and says, "Now, young man," everybody was young to him, or Hoss, no more blue, and I got you covered. And he'd have him about 5 shades of red. Now that shade was a little pinky to me.
Looked
it
great.
had a little pink to it.
it was classic. I thought it was player of the game. Look great. Look better in blue. I mean, I'm just objectively. I don't care about what color the coach wants to wear. But objectively, I thought it looked better than the blue.
He was as bright as a beacon. I mean, he looked like he wanted everybody to know he was the coach. That was a head coach's jacket, no question. You know, there's head coach houses and there's head coach jackets. And he had one last night.
He had the coach status full effect last night. Hey, we got Cal. We got the real Cal, the genuine Cal last night. It's always genuine, but like that's what you wanted, and that's what you envisioned, and that's what he envisioned when he took the job. And I give them so much credit for not being above just grinding and all the grit and doing all the dirty work to get a win. That to me says a lot about a coach and his team, that they're willing to go do that. The NIL money doesn't matter. The how, you know, what I wore to the game and how cool it was, or Cal's jacket. They were willing to fight for each other last night. And to me, at 0-5, that's a big deal.
Yeah, so what we're saying when we say they had to grind it out, two things that they didn't get a bunch of: dunks and threes. And both of those are what get the crowd revved up. And the crowd had to get revved up by the way they dug down in defense and got stops, and they dug down on the offensive end and got offensive rebounds and stickbacks. And I think the Arkansas crowd is smart. I think they were appreciative of what you could see. Now, I was at home on TV, but you could see the students. They started to realize what was happening. The old people like me and Chuck. I don't think Bo's quite in that old people category. Chuck's not as old as he looks.
Well, I'm not as old as you.
Hey,
let's just be clear about that. You're like 10 years older than I am.
I have to point something out.
You're drawing Social Security.
Because I know people notice this.
I'm aware of that.
Clay was talking about the student section.
It ain't bad either.
They had, Chuck, they had one camera on the same section of the student section with the same 8 or 10 kids and one redhead girl that became
no doubt
a star because they kept showing the same shot the whole game.
Wow.
Yeah, every time they went to a crowd shot, it was this
shot. The camera was just on them.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought, like, is she related to Taylor Swift? She's got to be related to Taylor Swift because they've got her own personal camera.
So what I think happened, and we can do some research. Chuck has the ability, you know, because he's
well, they were clearly down a man, and they had the camera sitting there without anybody operating.
No, I think that there's a, you know, that's the SEC Network crew, and there's probably some of them manned by students. And
maybe
her boyfriend was on that camera.
Someone's girlfriend.
The redhead's boyfriend was on the camera.
Yeah. There you go.
That's my bet. I'm going to stick with it.
It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me.
There you go.
Yeah. But I noticed her, and Gina says, well, why are you just looking at her? You pick her every time. I said, they're showing her. That's who they're showing. She's right in the main shot every time.
True. It is so true. There was no getting away
no,
from
they're showing those other guys. I know it. No, it's on her. She was a cutie, so it wasn't all bad.
Now we're getting to the heart of the matter.
I saw a cutie, like granddaughter cute.
She was easy on the eyes, and that made it good.
Wow. No, I was the same shot. I was like, this is a celebrity. I don't know who it is, but it's got to be a celebrity because it's the same shot.
This might be the star gymnast or something. I don't know.
So can Arkansas get to 7 wins, Clay?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, it's, and Chuck and I have talked about this forever and ever. Bud Walton isn't easy, and Georgia found that out last night. And excuse me, these guys, there's some talent on this team. It's just, you know, they have to play a certain way, and you know, I've said this from the start. If they will dig down and play defense and rebound, they've got enough talent and ability and size that they can be hard for teams to play. And that's what they did last night. You know, I mean, you can go back and listen to our segments on this show And I've said defense and rebound is what's missing. They looked unpolished, and I think gradually, they're doing that. And I'm pleased, and I have said all along it's going to take Cal a little time. He started with one player, then two players. When he got to four players, guys like Ty Richardson started saying they're going to the Final Four. I was like, wait a minute. I mean, it's like that's not something that's not realistic, but it's what people were saying on the streets. Oh, they got Boogie Flan, they got DJ Wagner, they got Jonas Sadu, they got Nelly. I mean, and it was Final Four or bust right then.
Well,
and that was wrong.
Well, yeah. And right now, you just needed a win. And right now there's hope where there wasn't maybe 48 hours ago. Yeah, and the next game, coming up to Oklahoma. But, the way you see a path to victory is when you have evidence of, here's a little bit of an identity. Now we're kind of seeing where this thing is going. Can they grow on this kind of effort?
Yeah.
Can they keep doing having this kind of effort, and then maybe some shots start falling as well?
Well, I talked with somebody about this, and this is not totally fair to say it because it acts like there was something wrong. Somebody else needed to handle the ball and do some things besides Boogie. And Boogie's really good, but sometimes he was on the ball too much. And Nelly needs to have the ball, and that's the way he played at Florida Atlantic. And they got him the ball a little bit more last night, and he can give it to somebody else. But I'll tell you who stepped up big time. It was Carter Knox, and they'd been getting nothing from him in Richmond. So now those two, if they can come on and get a little confidence, they're good players, but they were just kind of wandering along. They weren't there yet, and both of them superstars, in the recruiting class. But it's kind of like if you remember watching Darryl Hawkins when he was a true freshman. It's like, man, I don't think he's got it. And he got a little better. Then as a sophomore, he was something. And then his last 2 years, he was superstar. Those guys have Darryl Hawkins type ability, and it's just going to take them a little while for it to all come together. But you saw it with Carter Knox, and he hit some pressure free throws and just as cool as a cucumber. And that's when you can see, all right, this guy's been a star. He just hadn't been a star here yet. And that is a major step forward for this team, because Carter Knox is big, strong, athletic, long arms, ability to jump, but he can do more than just firing, a couple of threes.
I thought last night was the first time he looked certain of his steps all year. There was no apprehension. He knew exactly what he was going to do. The confidence.
His role.
First step was confident. He wasn't the only one, but I thought it was noticeable last night.
Yeah, I mean, when you got him and Tiro down there inside clawing for rebounds, this is I don't know if you say this on the radio or not, but they're a bitch. They're a bitch. I won't tell you.
Who had that? Who had that on their bingo card?
Oh my God!
What are we doing?
You can say that, can't you?
Well, no, I'm not saying you can't say it. You just said it. I'm just saying I didn't expect to hear it.
You didn't expect it from me?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Well, I just try to bring a little something to the table.
You do. Well, you just did. So congratulations.
Seth Greenberg said it on Tuesday.
No, Seth Greenberg used that same word Tuesday.
But not quite like you did.
Who is Seth Greenberg?
He was on the show, Clay.
He's no Clay Henry. He's no Clay Henry, but, I mean, you are dangerously close to the Lee Corso filter that you're on the show.
All this guttural language.
When you get to 70, you just stuff comes out like when you were 5 or 6.
You just lost your filter, man.
Well, I think Clay is too many Pat McAfee appearances.
That's right.
Well, on that note, Clay,
you don't know where to go now, do you?
You just take your BA to the house.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you later. Clay Henry, longtime friend of the show and Hall of Famer.
The amazing Clay
willing
Henry.
to pay any FCC fine. He's right there, and we're happy to have him. Let me get Hog Noxious in here real quick before we hit the break. Bobby Hog Noxious Smittle, what's up?
You are talking about the Cal's coach.
Yeah.
I think the player of the game was that one from Bud Grant's estate sale that Chuck was wearing.
That's brutal, man.
Bud Grant's
That's a good one. That is a good line.
Dusting it off for Mardi Gras. Yeah, you got to wear that until we lose, Chuck. You got to wear that every time.
100%. Like that, if I look over there and you're not wearing that jacket, I'm immediately starting a thread.
I've worn it like 2 or 3 times before this game.
I'm going to message boards and I'm blaming you. In fact, that's going to be my handle. It's Chuck's fault.
I'm paranoid now. I know if I ever wear it, I'm going to get made fun of.
What are you going to wear in Lexington? I want to know that. What are you going to wear, huh?
I'm not planning my wardrobe
yet. You better wear
it's not going to be blue. It's not going to be blue.
Jacket.
I can assure you of that.
Better be a bright red jacket.
Bobby, do you have anything plum?
I don't think so. But I'll tell you what happened one time.
We already dismissed
it. It was a doubleheader with Houston at the old ballpark, and I was going to be in a Easter Bunny suit the morning before the game on Saturday. And my wife and kids picked me up from the park, and I wore some pink sweatpants under the suit to make the suit look better, and we won because I forgot to take any other pants to change into.
Now we've set a precedent,
and I was stuck in those pink sweats. Oh, it was awful.
Yeah. Folks, I'm watching the same movie you are. Back in a minute on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I think that allowing him to call in occasionally is a healthy reminder of why you don't like Texas.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric.
With you guys?
Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Storey talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sportsbook in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today. And look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio. Simon, what's going on post-Christmas?
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at wheelerpowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Proud to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, a Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, a Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's a Cut Above, 719-5605.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Can I just tell you, I love getting to know you.
Yeah, whatever.
It's been such a good year getting to know you.
Yeah, well,
I'm really looking forward to 25.
Imagine how much fun it's been for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm right here on Ed Bashir's website looking for a mauve jacket.
Clay is the new bad boy.
I want to
of sports
see.
radio.
I want to see like how many colors we can run through Blazers on the sideline this year. I think it would be cool. A cool coordination by all the coaches to like hit all the different colors on the bench. It just really turn
the primary colors or
any colors.
I got you.
Red, yellow, green, blue. Just like hit them all. And let's just really take this thing to the next level. I mean, there's an opportunity there. 877-377-6963, and you keep wearing your plum jacket.
Yeah, you guys are making me paranoid about this. It's a damn good-looking jacket.
What to watch is what Chuck's going to be wearing at each game. Brought to you by Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville. So when you watch a game,
who?
We're looking at you.
I'm joking, man. I just couldn't help myself.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
Who knew Chuck had dad jokes?
I know, man.
Wow, I like it. That is a classic dad joke.
Bart got it. Nobody else
Knock,
did.
knock.
Yeah, who's there?
Boo.
Boo-hoo.
Well, you don't have to cry about it.
Yeah.
Well, big whiner, you big baby. Hey, what to watch?
We got jokes.
What to watch? Go to Hogs Plus. Check out the behind-the-scenes recap of last night's win. It'll be coming in days. Also, you can meet the new football players. Interviews are up now, guys that came in the transfer portal. And the College Football Playoff Series, Inside the College Football Playoff. Chuck said it's the best show he's ever seen in his life.
It is.
The fifth and final episode is coming out on Friday. We got the NFL playoffs coming this weekend on Sunday. And then the Hogs play again at Bud Walton Arena on Saturday. So if you're having a watch party, you're looking for just the right amount of spirits or a new cocktail you want to try, there's no place like Macadoodles just north of the Bella Vista state line. Though the shopping experience there is unlike anything else. They'll walk you to anything you're looking for and explain it all to you in the entire store, help you with your groceries, whatever you decide you buy, whatever drinks, cocktails, wine, micro beer, craft beer you want to get, and then they'll get it out to the car for you. But I hate shopping and hate having to figure things out. I like when somebody has all the answers for me. That's what you get at Macadoodles. And if you know what you're already looking for, there's a good chance they've got that too, because they've got the best selection you'll find anywhere with competitive pricing. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they got a tasting bar to try all the different bourbons and whiskeys. They've got an allocated section. You never know what they're going to put out there. They just do it randomly, but there's always stuff in that allocated section that's really hard to find or you can't get anywhere else. And 7 days a week, they have wine tasting, open to close at Macadoodles. 2 locations, Bella Vista, just north of the state line, and 1 location in Bentonville. It's Guess Who, per Chuck's earlier.
My witty retort.
Macadoodles. There's no place and no experience quite like it. Way more than a liquor store.
Way more.
8:26 here on the Chuck and Bo Show. So what did last night's victory do for you? I'm curious to hear from fans. Like, is it just a win? Is it just a win? Is that all it is? Is it just one win? Or is there more to it than that? 877-377-6963.
I don't know the answer to that, but I do know if there are going to be more wins, they're going to have to win them the way they won last night. That's the formula moving forward, I think, for this team. That is going to be their identity, for better or worse. This team's got to win with grit. I don't think that's what we had planned, but that's the way it's turned out.
I love the fact they were able to figure out a way to win. I love the
found
hustle.
a way.
And the first time, it feels like they've got an identity. And it's going to be hard-nosed, grind it out, get on the boards, just do all the dirty stuff. Like, for example, I mean, how many times this season have we said that Arkansas out-rebounded a team?
The biggest thing in this game is we out-rebounded them by 10. Now, that's one of the best rebounding teams, offensively especially, in the country. And so for us to go do that just tells you we're not that far. Let's go.
Georgia was +8 on average on the boards coming into the game last night. Arkansas ended up +10. So they did a great job in that area. It's how they won the game. Right now, I mean, I hate to say it, but last night their best offense was shoot it and go get it. And there may be other nights like that too.
Well, that's what's been missing. And I don't think it's a lack of effort. They needed something good to happen because a lot of bad things have happened. Some of it's their fault. Some of it hasn't been. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way. The whistle doesn't go your way. But you keep fighting, and eventually it turns a little bit. You can't lose heart. And when you win, it helps you avoid doing that. It keeps that energy, that motivation going. They're going to start making shots at some point. So to me, it gave me some hope. But this is one game, and they got to keep doing it. But I thought that what we saw was a team that's still fighting for its coach, and a coach is still fighting for his players, and a collective group that is trying to do whatever it takes to figure out a way to win. It means a lot to them. Like when you pay the kind of money that they are for a roster like this, and it doesn't go well, fans begin to question the motivation now that somebody's got a bunch of money in their pocket. Chuck, that sure looked like a motivated team to me last night.
Oh, I thought so. I thought, and here's the thing that I wonder moving forward. The confidence that comes from winning a game. We were talking about missing a lot of those open shots. That was an 0-5 team, missing all those shots in the first half. Those were players on a team that had not won a conference game yet. And the players have kind of alluded to this, and Cal did too. They've been hearing it from all sides for the last month. I wonder now that they've won a game, do a lot of those open looks in the first half, like what we saw last night that ended up as misses, as a 1-5 team that's won a gritty game, are you better shooters? I know it sounds silly, but the confidence that comes from winning a game, does that make you better from start to finish in your next game? I don't know. We'll start finding out Saturday night.
When you're 0-5 and you get down 15 in the second half.
Well, you're down 15 in the first half, and you got to make your first three-pointer of the night just to get it to 12. That's where they were. And but then they won the first few minutes of the second half, and that changed everything.
877-377-6963 if you want to get in here. It's the Chuck and Bo Show.
I have been so blessed my whole life. I can't go crazy over a bump in the road. I can't. I've been too blessed. I want this to make me a better coach. I want this to give me some ideas. This is when you win 30 in a row, done a couple times, but it's a totally different feel than what we went through. And I told them, if it's going to make me a better coach going through this, it's going to make them better players going through this. But it's hard. You want to win every game. Come on. You know me as a coach and what I've done and what the expectations are the minute I step in. And I said, guys are calling, keep fighting. So This is a good thing. I'm just happy I'm here. I want to say I'm happy I'm going through this, but I'm really not. But what I am is let me learn from this and make sure I stay focused on these kids. Make sure, and I call them kids. Some of them are 23 years old. They're still my kids.
8:32 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, first and foremost, congratulations on the official launch of the Chuck and Bo Show. I want to know, how did you guys decide which name went first, Chuck or Bo? Was that a flip of the coin?
Fayetteville Auto Park has been Northwest Arkansas's premier automotive dealer for a long time. There's a reason for that. It starts with great brands: Acura, Chevrolet, Honda, Toyota. Plus, they've got a huge pre-owned inventory. They've got an on-site collision center. And that really is what makes them your one-stop automotive headquarters. The best brands, the best people, the best service, and the best selection. Whatever your automotive needs, Fayetteville Auto Park.
Being a Razorback fan isn't just about the game. It's about the community, the tradition, and the moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they understand the importance of those moments. That's why they offer a selection of fine jewelry that goes beyond the ordinary, just like our hogs. Visit Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, where you'll find that perfect piece to celebrate your Razorback spirit and the special moments in your life.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes...
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bullboard with his new glasses. Looks like Clark Kent. This guy is dominating offensively. He's also a quality guy. We had more fun talking with him. He was a walk-on. Now he's an All-American. He also is brilliant. He's a great student. Last week he got his MBA. The guy is just what top football is all about.
I've been called everything. Clark Kent, Kurt Rambis, Drew Carey, you name it, I've been called it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Arkansas is special. Our people are honest and hardworking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is pure Arkansas. We were raised here, we live here, and we're straight shooters. Unfortunately, out-of-state lawyers who care nothing about Arkansas are advertising for your legal business. They don't understand that you don't hand Arkansans a pile of cow dung and try to tell us it's a rose. Don't be just a number. Call the Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
I know we're always on the go, heading to Fayetteville, Little Rock, Oklahoma City, and you need a place to fill up. But not just for gas. I need snacks, drinks, and a restroom that doesn't make me throw up. That's why my new favorite pit stop is Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue on the way out of town. I can't stop by without getting something from their hot box or a fresh-made burger. That's Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
Evans Body Shop in Van Buren is a proud local business serving the River Valley since 2006. Thanks to our customers, our business is growing. We invite you to stop by, call, or drop in and visit with us about our new paint system, work efficiencies, and certification training program for our entire team. Our commitment to you is to continue to embrace new technologies and operational enhancements that provide the very best experience for you, our customers. 412 Gordon Avenue, Van Buren.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson. We're live at First Financial Mortgage with my friend Ethan Adamson. Ethan was my mortgage lender here, and Ethan, between you and Emily, over 2 decades.
Yeah, we've got quite a bit of experience here to help you get closed on a home really quick. We offer custom financing available through VA, FHA, RD, and conventional loans. First Financial Mortgage has a great history of lending in the area. Call 479-782-9300. Weekdays 8 to 5, ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta, WW, book,
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Great point, Bo.
Thank you.
I'm Chuck. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. I'm going to start taking credit. Like when you make a great point, I'm going to call myself
All
Chuck.
right, fair enough.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We're down to 2 Hostess donuts now that
You are. You're down
I've scarfed him down. Edward came over and had one a moment ago.
Oh,
but,
so you know how we say, like, sometimes you just don't know what a person is going through, you know? And be kind. You never know what
never
someone's
underestimate
going
another
through.
man's burden.
And Edward, during the break a few moments ago, I see out of the corner of my eye, he gets up from his desk and he just kind of comes over here slowly as if he's giving in. And he goes, okay, I'll have one. And he reaches in and he gets a little chocolate Hostess donut. And I realized in that moment, like, he's been struggling with that for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah. No
He's
question.
been
You could see it
fighting.
on his face.
Yeah. And I didn't, like, it's a perfect example of never knowing what someone's going through. Edward had this battle going on for 2 hours this morning that he was not going to give in and have one of these
And he finally
donuts.
gave in.
And he finally gave in, and he looks so happy now.
Well, see,
but I didn't know that he was struggling
relief.
internally
The
and
relief.
going through that. He didn't share that burden with us. He just kept it all inside.
The lesson in all
fought
this
it
is-
all on his own.
Give in early. Give in early, Edward. See, that way it would have saved you from 2 hours of anguish. You could have done that same walk of shame, as Z called it earlier. You could have done the same walk of shame over here and grabbed that donut at 6:05.
You're right.
I did that, and I'm up to like 8 of them now. It's amazing how it happened.
Well, you haven't even had to get up. They're sitting right
I
next
know.
to you.
I've just like reached
You
over.
just reach.
It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, we talk about the weather. That has to deal with your home, temperature, comfort, all kinds of stuff. Winter can wreak a little havoc on your house if you're not careful. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, though, gives you the peace of mind that we're all looking for. It does seem like everything's more expensive, but at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, they're going to help you lighten the load. Right now, no payments, no interest on all home repairs and replacements. That means plumbing. That means your HVAC system. That means your electrical. Pascal's pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free, even in the dead of winter. And that's not always easy. Schedule your appointment today. Professional people, professional service, gopascal.com.
Today is John Hancock's birthday. R.I.P. John Hancock. Herbie Hancock. Put your Herbie Hancock right here.
Yeah.
What is that from Tommy Boy?
That's good.
What?
Put your Herbie Hancock.
You just caught me so off guard with that. John Hancock, it's his birthday, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Herbie Hancock.
Yeah. So Chris Farley. Every once in a while, I have a pop culture reference.
Have you ever noticed, whether it's Bo, me, Bart, Edward, Clay, at the end of the day, we're all just trying to amuse ourselves. I mean, if you guys find it funny, that's a bonus. But at the end of the day, I'm merely trying to amuse myself.
Right. We're in here talking to ourselves.
That's right.
Like we're gonna be talking whether you're here or not.
That's right.
That's just the way.
Clay's going to tell Ed Bashara stories whether anyone's listening or not.
That 100%.
You know?
Clay is going to tell, and they're going to. If you missed the story, go back to last year's show, same time. He loves that.
It's just how we do. We all tell the same things. I'm sure I've told same stories more than once. And God knows you have.
The one we heard during the break about the missing woman, that was something.
I've told that 3 or 4 times.
Never to be heard from again.
Yeah. Never saw her again?
We're working on the show that happens in the breaks. We would love to include you in that. We're working on getting that. Edward is against it because he wants to keep the show.
Every time during one of the commercial breaks, every time during one of the commercial breaks, when one of us says something off color, which is pretty often, Edward goes,
ridiculous.
"We could never sell that. We could never do this."
When you say one of us,
we could.
When you say one of us, let's be honest, it's you.
Well, it's not always me. It's not always me.
I mean,
but I'm probably the leader in the clubhouse. That would be fair.
Yeah, if we were going to call it up, you'd be the guy.
Yeah.
National Handwriting Day today. Do you do a lot of handwriting? Anybody do handwritten notes around here?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I write everything.
We still use
out
a
by
notepad. Bart and I still use notepads. I know Chuck does. We're all notepad
Edward's
still
writing
write?
stuff down. Look at that book over there.
Is your handwriting like calligraphy? Is it nice? Is it like cursive?
It can be when it needs to be.
So do you print more or handwrite more?
It's usually a combination of both.
Is there a flair to your signature?
I do the same
Do you have
thing.
a flair when you sign an autograph for somebody? Is there like is the B, is it dramatic? Or is it,
It can be if it needs to be.
Oh, okay.
Depending on what I'm signing.
Depending on who's asking for the autograph. I got
yeah.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like when you want her to know it actually came from you, and you want the signature to be legible.
Yeah.
You really make sure they can read all the letters. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a scribble, squiggly.
I'm not a big scribble signature guy though. Yeah.
I've started signing my name as X.
He just puts B.
Sometimes I'll put a circle around it. But, I mean, it's just like it used to be a thing. Now it's just not a thing.
It's like Oliver Miller used to sign basketballs with a big O.
That's
all it was on. There was an O.
Well, when you sign out, wherever you're getting something, then they give you the screen, and you got to draw it on the screen.
Yeah, now
I've just started doing it with my nose, the tip of my nose.
Well, that's probably not sanitary.
He's probably not the first one to do it.
You might need to get some shots or something.
I'll just do different things. I'll put like a fist bump on it. Like the 2-knuckle dot. It's National Pie Day, in case you were wondering. 8:44. I'll see you at the Village Inn. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Rick's in Fayetteville. Rick, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's a privilege to talk with you guys, and I love the Razorbacks.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Our New Year's sale is on at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Get total New Year's savings up to $13,000 on select in-stock new 2024 Silverados. That's up to $13,000 in total savings on a new Silverado. Limited time only during our New Year's sale at Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chevrolet, together let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 3/3/25.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
If you suffer from sleep apnea but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell him you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show. So I spent yesterday. You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter & Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium, where shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
You know, one of the things that the way I like to coach, I solicit a lot of feedback from the girls. And there's that language that you develop with your players that those seniors already know. And so when I'm asking them to do something, they can translate it for me, you know? Or when I'm needing feedback from them, they kind of know what I'm wanting to hear.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You were still on the air when I went to sleep last night.
Yeah. Was I the last voice you heard?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Make him the cutest that I've ever seen.
877-377-6963. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're brought to you in part by Oaklawn. Jay Leno, Saturday, March 1st in the Oaklawn Event Center.
That's what I've heard.
Coming up, we got live racing going on already. Visit oaklawn.com/racing for all the details. And then the Oaklawn Sports app, where people won last night. If you had Arkansas
covered.
-2, Thero's putback at the end.
Do you think a dude knew that?
No.
I don't think so either.
But it's such
I
an
didn't know
unusual,
until today.
It's such an unusual play to end a game.
A lot of people thought he missed that on purpose. He did not. That was the initial, and it did kind of look like that. It was short. But he said, no, I knew it was short. I knew when I left my hands it was going to be short, and I was going to have to go get it. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, download the Oaklawn Sports app. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. You got the NFL playoffs going on now. Razorback basketball again on Saturday night. Saturday night, 7:30.
Yeah, man,
It's a
we're
night
into
game.
the. I mean,
Night
we're into
game
the.
with Bud Light.
We're into like it's basketball way after dark now. It's 8:00. It was 8:10. What time did we get out of there? About 11:30 last night.
Well, here's Cal about 11 o'clock last night talking to the fans.
I told my wife
I'm sorry I'm putting you through this. You're staying too. And I told Hunter, I'm sorry I'm putting you through this. This team is trying. The staff, we're doing everything we can. We've been through a landmine of stuff, and I'm sorry I put the fans through it. Like, you know, it's kind of like us looking at this, and when Boogie got hurt, everybody said what? We may not win a game. We won one.
I love that. That's great. I mean, there's nothing like a celebrated locker room. To quote Houston Knight.
Winning takes care of everything.
Just helps so many things.
I mean, there's nothing that people don't feel better about this morning. I mean, if you're one of these negative people that, you know, can find the dark cloud and everything, but I think for most people, you win a game and, you know, everybody's lifted.
The new Cal show, The Razor's Edge, is coming up in February on Vice, a behind-the-scenes documentary on what led Cal to Arkansas and the struggles they faced in year one.
You know, it's interesting. Lots of
documentary series.
Yeah, documentary series. People are saying, wow, you know, I bet that's going to be a dud. I think it's going to be great television.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you've got a Hall of Fame coach who's going through something he's not gone through before. They win like they won last night. He's a quote machine. So I think it's going to be really good. I think other people, look, if you're one of those haters out there, and apparently there are a lot of them, they're gonna find something they like too. So.
Well, he moves the needle.
He does.
So that means if it's good or bad,
That's right.
people are paying attention.
You're right.
And when this thing gets turned, like he said it in the locker room last night, let's go write a ridiculous story. One that started 0-5, epically bad to start the year. Let's go do something different. Look, those guys are still playing for him. I'm interested to see, you know, we talk about documentary series and television drama. This is real live drama playing out game to game. And we all watched that game last night. What were we expecting to see? What did we think we were going to see?
What we saw in the first half.
Right?
You know?
And just like a good movie, something turned in the middle of it. And then you got the ending, and you got the drama, and you got the fight, and you got the bad guys lost.
Bo's starting to speak like Cal. He's asking questions. You know, you notice Cal, what happened last night?
We got to win.
And then Bill goes, and what does all that mean? It's like, I don't know. What does it mean? I have no idea. Because, like, Cal will ask these questions sometimes. We're doing a show, and he'll ask, and I'm like, I hope he's not asking me, because I'm not sure I know the answer.
Yeah. And who believed in us? Nobody. Right.
We won one.
And we won one. I love it. It's just real theater. And I don't know what I was expecting last night. But I saw a lot of fight in the second half. I mean, they were down 12, they were down 15. Second largest comeback of a deficit at halftime at Bud Walton Arena in the building's 35-year history.
I thought they played like a team that was bound and determined to find a way to win, despite all their deficiencies. And there were a bunch of them. They were determined that they were going to find a way to win the game. And by golly, they did.
Clay just texted this.
I know.
Same start as Frank Broyles had. That's what
6.
Cal's dealing with.
Yeah.
Same start that Nolan Richardson
Yeah.
had. What
Yeah.
Cal's dealing with. Does that mean they're going to have a great finish to this year? No. But as we said yesterday, if you think this guy's dead in his career, you are wrong. That much I know. That guy, that's for those of you that thought they lost the fastball, lost the team, don't know how to motivate guys. That was not the case last night. And we'll see what happens this year. But the 0-5 start, to me, is not an indication of how Cal's tenure at Arkansas will go.
Lot left. There's a lot left.
Have a great Thursday. We'll be back for a fun Friday tomorrow. Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous